Albert Einstein, a great person, not only a genius, a human being who, even though acclaimed, does not leave his flaws and sometimes unwanted clarifications out of his own description. His sincerity is inevitable. However, life was not always a sea of flowers because for the harvest to come, the plant is necessary and without proper irrigation, the result is not as expected. Albert Einstein is considered to be one of the leading physicists in history. He was the creator of the theory of relativity. He was an important German physicist and mathematician of the 20th century. He is known for his genius as one of the greatest scientists in history. His great scientific creation was the theory of general relativity, a milestone in the world of modern physics and quantum mechanics. He was born in Ulm, Germany on March 14, 1879. With his theory of relativity, he changed humanity thinking about time and space. He presented it in 1905 and presented it again with more information in 1915. From then on, it was known that it was possible to create a powerful nuclear weapon. In 1921, this remarkable figure received the Nobel Prize in Physics when he explained his quantum theory, which clarified the photoelectric effect. This brilliant physicist and mathematician was of Jewish origin. Unlike all Jewish people, he was persecuted by the Nazis. However, he managed to leave Germany firstly by going to England, and later he made his home in the United States, where he became a naturalized American citizen. Einstein was deeply saddened to see the disastrous consequences of the nuclear bomb, and a week before his death, he related this fact in a letter written to Bertrand Russell, in which he asked that his name be put on a petition calling for the production of nuclear weapons to be abandoned. This splendid man, who contributed so much to his intellect, spent the last years of his life searching for a theory where he could work with mathematics and the laws of physics at the same time. However, his search could not be completed, for in 1955 the world lost his brilliant scientist. Einstein died on April 18th, 1955 in Princeton, New Jersey, USA, at the age of 76. However, Einstein's legacy continues. Science is that which crosses time without even waiting for those who have remained in the past. Theory of relativity is the name given to the set of two scientific theories, restricted relativity or special and general relativity. Special relativity is a theory published in 1905 by Albert Einstein, completing previous studies by the Dutch physicist Hendrik Lorentz, among others. It replaced Newton's theory's independent concepts of space and time with the idea of a space-time as a unified geometric entity. Space-time in special relativity consists of a differentiable manifold of 4 dimensions, 3 spatial and 1 temporal, the 4th dimension, equipped with a pseudo-Riemannian metric, which allows notions of geometry to be used. It is in this theory, too, that the idea of invariant speed of light arises. The term special is used because it is a particular case of the principle of relativity in which gravity effects are ignored. 10 years after the publication of the special theory, Einstein published the general theory of relativity, which is the broadest version of the theory, in which the effects of gravitation are integrated, giving rise to the notion of curved spacetime.
The theory of relativity is composed of two other theories. Special theory of relativity, proposed by Einstein in 1905, which studies phenomena in relation to inertial frames, and the theory of general relativity, which was proposed by Einstein in 1915. which address phenomena from a non-inertial point of view. Despite forming a single theory, as I said before, they were proposed at different times, but both brought the knowledge that the movements of the universe are not absolute, but relative. The theory of special relativity was built by Einstein from two important postulates. First postulate: the laws of physics are the same in all inertial reference systems. Second postulate: the speed of light in a vacuum has the same value for any inertial reference, that is, 300,000 kilometers per second. But special relativity cannot be applied to gravity or an acceleration object. Imagine someone inside a closed room sitting on Earth. This person can feel the Earth's gravitational field. Now place that same room in space, away from the gravitational influence of an object, and give it an acceleration of 9.8 meters per second, that is the same in Earth's gravitational acceleration. There would be no way for anyone in the room to tell whether what they were feeling was gravity or just an uniform acceleration. Einstein then compared how light would behave in the acceleration room. If someone lit the room with a flashlight, the light would seem to slant downward. This would be because the floor of the room would be hitting the light beam at an ever faster speed so that the floor would hit the light. Since gravity and acceleration are equivalent, light would bend in a gravitational field. Finding the correct mathematical expression of these ideas took a few more years for Einstein, but by 1915, Einstein was able to reach the conclusion he wanted.
The theory of relativity has influenced and driven changes and paradigms not only in science and physics, but also caused profound and relevant transformations in society and organizations. With over 100 years, Einstein's theory of relativity revolutionized science and changed the foundations of physics. But it also explains GPS, televisions, nuclear power, and much more of everyday life. The disruption of the Newtonian Cartesian paradigm caused by the creation of the theory of relativity was responsible for the intensification of complexity and the emergence of interdisciplinary in society and the organizational sphere.
Curiosities about Albert Einstein. His great ideas and discoveries came from scenarios he created in his mind, not in the lab. As a child, he spoke very slowly and had learning difficulties. The doctor who performed Einstein's autopsy stole his brain and kept it in a jar for 20 years. Israel wanted the scientist to be the country's president, but he refused to take on that position. Einstein's eyes are still kept in New York. The physicist was one of the people to sign a petition against the German law banning homosexuals.